One word: panic. In an unprecedented event in the K-pop universe, horrendous news rocked the Korean media and the rest of the world on a dark Friday morning. BTS's JUNGKOOK mansion, which has been touted as his private palace in the elite Itaewon area, has reportedly been broken into by a mysterious figure who has yet to be caught. But what keeps the public from sleeping is not just because of the usual break-ins, but because there are macabre and unusual details at the crime scene that open up surprising possibilities. Is this an ordinary theft? Or are there deeper motives related to the world of entertainment, stalking, and even revenge? Armies around the world were shocked and outraged, spreading the news within seconds of the news first appearing on Korean TV and instantly breaking news on portals such as Naver, Dispatch, and Dom. The CCTV camera of JUNGKOOK's house is said to record a suspicious figure, and what is even crazier, the thief left something in JUNGKOOK's room. Something that makes South Korean investigators unable to hold back their anger and suspect that there is an element of personal persecution against the idol. The elite area of Itaewon, Seoul, is usually quiet and sterile from crime. But it all changed in one night. At 2:13 Korea Standard Time, a sudden report came into the Yongsan District Police, mentioning a strange noise coming from JUNGKOOK's house. The automatic security system gave an alarm signal to the center, but by the time the security personnel arrived, it was too late. The back door was found broken, the main glass window on the second floor was smashed, and one of the private rooms on the third floor looked like it had been ruffled by someone who knew exactly what he was looking for. The most heartbreaking? JUNGKOOK's bedroom appears to have been infiltrated, and some of his personal belongings, including a drawer containing handwritten journals and a family photo frame he had been keeping, are missing. Above his bed, a piece of paper with a still mysterious handwriting was left, with the defiant words, "This is just the beginning. I'm closer than you think." Who did it? How could someone penetrate the security system of a global superstar of JUNGKOOK's class, a home that is guarded like a fortress? That's the big question that now haunts all South Korean fans and the public. To make matters worse, this incident took place just weeks before JUNGKOOK was due to return from his mandatory military service, leading to speculation that the perpetrator deliberately chose this moment to convey a threatening or personal message. And here's the fact that makes it all the more gripping. At the time of the incident, there was not a single staff or family in the house. The house was supposed to be empty, but someone knew a loophole to get in. Some media speculated that the perpetrator may have been an insider. Is this a sign that someone close to JUNGKOOK betrayed him? A reliable source from the HYB environment revealed to the media that this event made the agency's top officials in a frenzy. "We cannot make any official comment at this time as the investigation is ongoing. But this is a very serious violation of the privacy and security of our artists," HYB spokesman said with a tense face. However, the army was not satisfied with only normative answers. Hashtags such as #ProtectJungkook, #JungkookSafetyFirst, and #AstanaJungkookKimalingan instantly dominated Twitter/X around the world, even entering trending topics in more than 48 countries in just 3 hours after the news leaked. The fans demanded HYB and the authorities act quickly and transparently. What makes it all the more mysterious are the details that have not been reported by the major media, but leaked to community forums such as the Coup and Pan Nate. One anonymous user claimed that he was JUNGKOOK's next-door neighbor and had heard the sound of glass breaking on the night of the incident. "At first, I thought there was a stray cat, but now I'm sure it was the sound of destruction. And there was one foreign car that parked quietly outside his house that night. Never seen it before." And not only that, some fans started putting together more gruesome puzzle pieces. A few weeks earlier, JUNGKOOK had said in a letter to the army that he always felt like someone was watching. In a V-Live broadcast last year, JUNGKOOK even admitted that he sometimes heard voices from outside the house at night and thought it was just a hallucination due to stress. Now, after this incident, many believe that someone may have been stalking JUNGKOOK long before the theft occurred. To date, HYB has not released CCTV footage, but police have confirmed that they have important footage and fingerprints of the perpetrator. In the near future, the identity of the offender may be revealed. But before that happens, many fans ask, what is the motive? Is this theft just a matter of money? Or are there other agendas, such as sabotage, personal obsessions, or even revenge from JUNGKOOK's past that have never been made public? Not a few netizens are speculating wildly. Some call this the act of satiating fan who managed to infiltrate. There are also those who say this could be an act of sabotage from those who want to drop HYB's reputation ahead of BTS's big project. In fact, there is the most extreme rumor. There is a hint that the perpetrator left an object related to Jungkook's trainee days, a sign that this is not an ordinary theft, but a personal message from someone who has a past with the idol. Even more emotional was the response of the army. Many of them cried when they learned that Jungkook's most comfortable place, his own home, was no longer safe. On TikTok, videos of fans' reactions from different parts of the world expressing their grief and concern have been viewed millions of times. He always said home is where he feels at peace. But now? It was a place of trauma, said a fan from Brazil whose video went viral for crying in front of the camera. In fact, the army in South Korea began a movement to send letters, flowers, and other forms of support to the HYB building. As a form of solidarity and love for Jungkook. They wanted Jungkook to know, "We're here. You're not alone." No word yet from Jungkook himself, as he is currently in the military. But an internal military source claimed that the authorities immediately broke the news to Jungkook directly, and Jungkook's reaction? He was crying, not only because of the incident, but because personal items that meant a lot to him were lost. Especially a handwritten journal that contains a record of his life from the trainee period to becoming a global idol. "I'm sure he was devastated," said a longtime HYB staffer who knew Jungkook from the age of 15. "It's not just a house. It's where he rebuilt himself after popularity hit him. And now the place is desecrated. Where, then, will this case move? Will the offender be caught soon? Or will this be a big mystery that will never be solved like many other Sasian cases in the K-pop world?" One thing is for sure, this case opens a new wound for the Korean entertainment world about how fragile the privacy of artists is and how dangerous obsession, envy, and uncontrolled fame can be. And if HYB and the authorities fail to find the perpetrators as soon as possible, the public has already begun to prepare one big question next, after the news of Jungkook's palace. Break-in made headlines across Korean and international media. The emotional waves were unstoppable. But one thing that makes it all the more frightening is the emergence of new leaks from within the investigation that reveal not only the possibility of a single perpetrator, but also scenarios involving more than one person. An internal police source exclusively told an SBS reporter, "We found traces showing the movement of two people, not one." And from here the speculation veers darker, scarier, and more emotionally charged. Firstly, because this is not an ordinary theft. And secondly, because the house is a symbol of Jungkook's security, a place he has often said in various interviews as the only place where he can be himself without a celebrity mask. Now, the place is tainted by foreign hands who not only steal things, but also trample on her privacy, memories, and mental peace. One part of the house that was found most cluttered was his personal studio, where Jungkook recorded song ideas.